Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Urmi, and in this channel I talk about career, public speaking. I provide tips on how to pass the SAFE exams as well as how to study, how to learn a language effectively. Today I'll be providing you with 5 tools for you to learn a language in the most effective and entertaining way. And this is coming from someone who knows 4.5 languages. So I speak English, Italian, Bengali, French, and a little bit of Spanish. So I would say I'm very much suitable to provide the following tips. So the first tip that I want to share is that you can learn a language by watching vlogs on YouTube. And I'm a big fan of vlogs. I love watching vlogs because they are a very spontaneous way of learning a language. Whoever creates vlogs is basically taking you with them throughout their day, and they are basically showing you like how do you do a grocery, let's say in Spanish or in French, or they take you to the doctor, or they take you to work. And I think vlogs are basically a very fun way to learn a language, but I think most importantly you're learning the common or colloquial expression that you would use in your everyday life. So I love watching vlogs because I think we get to learn different expression in different moments that are used in different aspects or different moments of the day. Then the second tip I want to share is that you can learn a language by listening to podcasts. And I love podcasts because you get to work on your active listening skills, and you are basically learning a language in the most effortless way because you can listen to a podcast episode anywhere at any moment of the day. You can be, in the metro, you can be in the bus, you could be cooking, you could be walking your dog, and you can just listen to an episode, and in that way you're learning the language in the most effortless way. You don't have to be sitting down and taking notes, and in this way you're working on your listening skills. And I really love listening to podcasts because there are different podcasts out there in different languages. So not only do you learn the language, but you also learn about the culture, the tradition of that particular country. Then the third tip to learn a language is through music. And this is something that I learned when I was at school, when I was learning English. And this is something that one of my professors have introduced because she wanted to make it fun when we were learning a language. And basically what we would do is that we would basically print out the lyrics of a song that we really liked. We would listen to it with the lyrics in front of us, and we would just make notes, or we would just like highlight the expressions. And then we would go over the pronunciation with the professor, or we would go over the particular expression. And I think in this way, you make, when you're listening, when you're like learning a language through music, through something that you like, it makes it so much more easier, and it's so much more like enjoyable and fun when you're learning a language. Then the fourth tip is to learn a language is through watching a movie or a TV show in that particular language. And I did that when I was learning English. I would watch a lot of TV shows in English, and what I would do is that I would usually listen to it in the original language, and I would have subtitles. But my subtitles would be in not in my mother tongue. They would basically be in English. So in this way, as I would listen, I would actually read, and I would like work on the pronunciation. I would work on the listening skills, and also with movies as well as with vlogs, you are actually learning the colloquial expressions that you can use in your everyday life. And of course it makes it much more fun because you're watching a movie that you wanted to watch, and you're watching it in that particular language. And even if you do not understand, often you will understand from the content, from the settings. So it's not that hard to learn a language by watching a movie. And actually it's a win-win situation because you're watching a movie that you like, and you're also learning. And then lastly but not least, the fifth tip that I want to share is that you can learn a language through a friend. And you basically, if you have if you're, let's say you're learning Spanish and you have a friend from Spain or from a Latin American country, what you can do is that you can meet this friend once in a while. You guys can go for coffee, for lunch, for dinner, whatever, and you can have the conversation strictly in Spanish. And in this way, what you're working on is your speaking skills, your pronunciation skills, but at the same time, you're interacting with someone in that particular language that you're learning. And what I like about this is that you can talk about any topic and you have a second person, your friend, giving you feedback and interacting with you. And this is what basically it's a simulation of what would happen if you're going, let's say, to Spain and you are forced to speak Spanish to someone. So these are all the tips I wanted to share. And I know these are 5 very effective and fun way of learning a language. I use all of them when I was learning all the languages that I know. So hopefully this is useful. And if you have any questions or if you want to leave a comment, please make sure to leave comments below. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.